Change is in the wind for powerhouse radio stations WBZ AM and 98.5 FM, the Sports Hub. Parent company CBS announced it is offloading its radio division, which includes those two stations. It's a deal that could have wide-ranging ramifications for the Boston market and other radio conglomerates looking to expand. Two popular Boston radio stations, All News WBZ AM and the Sports Hub 98.5 FM, could soon be for sale. Speaking at an investors conference, CBS Chief Executive Les Moonves said it's time to move on from radio.
For a while now, we've been reducing our footprint here. The aim here is to unlock value for our shareholders.
Which is a fancy way of saying the sale will be a windfall, as much as $3 billion. And WBZ could be one of the more attractive stations in the whole bunch.
It's got amazing value. The top billers in the United States in radio, 5 of the top 10 are AM stations. You've got BZ's one of the top billers in the country.
Advertising and radio executive Bruce Mittman says CBS has options on how to divest its radio assets, spin it into a new company, or sell in whole or part.
If it's sold off, I don't believe there's one operator that'll buy it. I think if they're going to sell the properties to maximize value, they're probably going to sell to a number of regional players.
That scenario has WEEI parent Entercom buying in and eliminating its competitor, the Sports Hub, and gaining market dominance in sports. As for the news station,
I don't think it would change. I think, a good operator will come in and keep doing what they're doing. If you're making a lot of money, you're not going to upset the apple cart.
Never mind upsetting tens of thousands of WBZ's loyal listeners. Well, I love Bruce Mittman, but I think every owner comes in and makes changes. They can't help themselves, or they upset the apple cart. You look what happened with Maria Stefanos when who was the new owner? Cox came in, from Fox. I mean, things are going to change. Even though both 98.5 Sports Hub and WBZ AM have successful formulas. So, I mean, it's interesting to me. I think CBS is maybe looking to, they say it's all content driven. They want to get into the movie making business or possibly want to buy some more cable stations. They've kind of lost out in that genre to some of their competitors. So they're looking to, even though this is lucrative right now, they're betting that there are other fields that'll be more lucrative in the future.
It's probably going to be bad for Boston listeners in the long run.
You're wrong,
However, you have a situation here where I think CBS is probably smart to get out of radio now because we've been waiting and waiting for internet radio to come along and become easy enough and simple enough. And these things don't go gradually. They kind of go along and then boom, it's gone overnight. So I think it's smart for CBS to get out now before that day comes.
From what I know of mergers and acquisitions, I think the first thing they're going to try and do is find a single buyer to kind of get to that $3 billion kind of level. And they may have somebody in mind already. And usually, they're certainly not going to announce that the first day. But you mentioned Entercom, probably couldn't do the whole thing. No, of course not. But if they can find one buyer for the whole schmear, I think it would be a good deal for them. To break it up is going to be very expensive for them.
I don't know how many sort of single buyers there are out there who could manage to afford the whole kit and caboodle. I got to say, I don't listen to a ton of sports radio, but it would be deeply unjust if Entercom came in, bought the Sports Hub, and shut it down.
Oh, no, not shut it down. They'd own them both.
They would own, but you're not talking about a shutdown? Oh, I misunderstood the argument in the piece.
It would be theirs.
Because what they have done in challenging EEI's dominance in sports radio, it's really nothing short of remarkable. People saw EEI as the sort of unassailable force. Right. And the Sports Hub came in and beat them by taking a really different, I think, fresher approach.
I think that they would want to have, they would, maybe I made that confusing. They would want market dominance by having it all.
All right, well, that makes me feel a little better about this scenario.
And see, I care nothing about the sports, but I do care
You're
about...
not into sports?
No. The robustness of the news. I mean, it's just great. They've done a great job. They continue to do a great job in a changing market. And that I worry about. And I agree with you. I think somebody would change it, and it would be just really too bad.
You know, I like, as much as I like independence, CBS has done some very good work in kind of combining WBZ TV with WBZ Radio.
Not much.
No, but
They
there's some
used to do it more.
synergy. Our friend John Keller is on TV
He's
and
it.
radio.
Name another one.
And, well, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
but
And John does that himself. He makes
yeah,
that happen.
he does. I just think that without the CBS power and brand behind them, I'm a little bit concerned that BZ Radio would not be what it's been in the past, and that would be a real loss for all of us.
Oh, it wasn't always CBS. Keep that in mind. I mean, the
No.
local brand is really stronger than the network brand when it comes to WBZ AM. It's really, we tune
Yeah.
in for the local news, traffic
Right,
on the threes,
right,
whatever it is.
exactly.
Emily,
It-
what was, because I'm ignorant
Yeah.
here, what was it before it was CBS?
Wasn't it? I can't remember.
Well, there was Group
ABC?
W for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, exactly.
Westinghouse
Yeah.
Westinghouse
Westinghouse.
started. I don't
And then
remember
it was
that.
something
Yeah.
else. And then they used to run ABC as well. I don't know
I
how it
remember
worked.
that.
Cap City.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that was
I know
ABC.
Cap Cities, but I didn't remember that.
They had other
Yeah.
network programming before it was just CBS.
And CBS now owns 5 stations in the
Yeah.
Boston area,
Yeah,
right?
right. And if Entercom were going to do this, they'd have to offload at least one of their properties as well. They own, I can't remember how many. I think they own 5 too.
Would Howie Carr finally get to FM in this scenario? Or?
I heard he's doing really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but he could, exactly. It'd be all sports and Howie. All right.